Welcome everyone, this is my second commentary video on Soukyugurentai. Is it needed? Yes. I streamed this game the last few weeks and you wouldn't believe the slander it got. Even by some of the reputed members of the community, too much randomness they argued. The ill-informed. So in this video, I will set the record straight. I will argue why randomness and complexity are so important in these games, and why Writing did it so well. And then I will share some strategies, scoring, even some survival, although I struggle in that department. And that's it, let's go. Alright, so the gimmick weapon of this game is this lock-on weapon. Each ship has two of those, and I'm using one called A-Do. So when you hold fire, you charge it up, you lock onto enemies within this web, and when you release the button, you shoot them. And here, by the way, I tried to take out one of those tanks on the right side quickly, and then another one on the top left corner quickly. That will give me two extra tanks there on the left side. Little bonus treat, almost 100k extra, not too bad. And if you lock on to 6 enemies at the same time, you get a 4 multiplier, which means simply that all those enemies you locked onto and destroyed, they're worth 4 times their base value. And this stage has a pretty peppy, energetic piano soundtrack that doesn't really fit very well with the visual design, I think. The visual design is darker, even a little bit mysterious with that reflection of the moon in the water. But this is the only time I don't really think the music fits so well. Other than that, I really love the soundtrack. Alright, stage 1 boss, Kokubetsu, aka Gambiter. He has 2 phases. The first one is about 40 seconds long, when he shoots these bullets that fall down like rain. The third time, that's when he's about to time out and self-destruct, so I tried to kill him right before that. I tried to drag out the boss battles to get more of these bomb items. They randomly pop up from the power-up carriers, about 1 out of 6 I think. And I never power up my ship just to get more of these power-up carrier. You see the info there in the text box. You get them more often or more frequently if you never power up your ship. And the power-ups only affect your main shot, and the lock-on weapon is much better in terms of scoring or even survival in my opinion. Right, with this phase I try to just destroy the right side first, so I have some space to move. The third time he uses that Vulcan attack, I try to kill him after that. I try to kill him with one shot that gets both the core and all those missiles on the left side, so he destroyed them all. But here I was ruminating a little bit. I participated in the relay 2 days earlier from this recording and didn't perform so well there. So I was still mind-wandering a little bit, thinking about that, and so I didn't want to kill him with that shot. I should have killed him with the next shot, getting all the missile launchers on the left side as well. So I lost a couple 100k there. Alright, stage 2. Here I think the music fits very well with the action. We're above Earth. It's a bright day and we're looking for a satellite. And this enemy here on the right side, this one, I don't have a route for him yet. I should tie him together with the previous enemies. But when you kill him quickly, you get a couple of those blue Sako enemies as a bonus. The turrets on the side that shoot these Vulcan shots, they're very predictable. and you can dodge them on the outside easily. The spider tanks though, I think there's one there on the right side. They are less predictable, have a little bit off rhythm when they shoot, so sometimes they get me. And then we have two big green carriers. The arms are the least valuable parts. The turrets I think is 10k each, and there are 4 of them. And the arms just 6k each, and there's 2 of them. And the core is 20k. So you should focus on the core and the turrets in the middle. Stage 2 boss, Perildawn, aka Shinsen. I tried to shoot the yellow parts first, just waiting for a power-up carrier to get that 4 multiplier. I love the sound of that laser beam, the texture on it. Yeah, you can say that this game has 2 scoring systems. A well-designed, well-crafted, very linear or mild scoring system, which is the multiplier system. And then you have a very janky, unintentional scoring system, which is the bomb bonus, which is basically the result of a couple of errors, programming errors, basically. I love them both. So the multiplier system, if you just, if you lock onto a maximum, which is 6 enemies here, you get a 4 multiplier. But if you miss one, you're only penalized by a reduction to 3 from 4. So 3 multiplier is still not that bad. So it doesn't penalize you too much if you make, a slight mistake. It's pretty forgiving. And it just affects those enemies you shot. There's no like chaining or anything like that. This boss only has 1 timer, and he announces his departure very clearly. He freezes for a long while, and then he slowly descends, so you got some time to kill him. I did one mistake here though for scoring, and this is one of the good things with doing commentary, because you sit down and you actually watch your replay carefully. Those drones, or whatever you call them on the sides that are circling, they're worth I think it's 5k or 6k each, 5k maybe. The core is only worth 10k, it's the least valuable boss core, I think. So I focused on the core to get a 4 multiplier on it, which is just 40k. Should have focused much more on the drones. So I lost a couple 100k there. Right, stage 3. Above the clouds. I still love this soundtrack. Dun, 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 dun. And that's the second extend, the last one. Very much needed in this run. I make some mistakes even on this stage. 2 deaths actually. 1 unintentional and 1 intentional. More on that later. This is a moment where you will see a nice match between the music and the visual. You see the boss there at the bottom, Donryu, and the percussions you just heard, they're part of the boss theme. So you get a little sample of the boss theme as you see the boss. And Sakimoto paid a lot of attention to that, the composer. So the programmer Toyama was quite impressed by that. And this is my 4th bomb bonus. You can see 4 as my last digit in the score. So when you get the 11th bomb, you get this huge bonus, 650k. And every additional bomb you collect after that will give you the same bonus. But you get almost nothing for the first 10 bombs. So it's very non-linear and it's very unforgiving. Because as soon as you die, you sort of break the chain. You lose at least 4 bomb bonuses. And here I did a poor decision. That carrier should not have destroyed it, should have let it go. So those power-ups interfered with my route. and I didn't improvise, and I spawned into power-ups because this game is so fucking sadistic. So I did an intentional death there, just to go back to power-up level 0, because I want to get as many bomb items as I can. So the first of those 2 deaths cost me 2.6 million, at least. The second death didn't really cost me anything, so I did it just to get a good chance of getting more bomb items. So I still make those mistakes at stage 3, fuck it. But this will be a demonstration of how you can recover the bomb chain, so you need to grab 5 bombs to get the next bomb bonus. So basically you lose 4 bomb bonuses for that death. So here's my second bomb since the death. Alright, this is Dunryo. This is my favorite video game boss at this point. He'll probably kill me more than any other boss. Here I get a 4 multiplier on most parts, so I'm actually quite satisfied with this. 4 multiplier on all parts except 1 turret, which I got a 3 multiplier on. So that was half a mil there. This is the second phase, I really love it. It has 2 attacks, this Vulcan twin shot and these homing missiles. And when you haven't powered up your main shot, those homing missiles are quite challenging. And here you can appreciate the randomness, which I love with this game. So there's a random selection of the attacks. There's also a random onset and offset when they begin and when they quit. And sometimes they overlap, you get homing missiles at the same time as the Vulcan shots. So the homing missiles sort of force you out of position. And sometimes you're in this really bad position when this Vulcan attacks start. Then the screen scrolls, that's also a random element. The power-up carriers, when they pop up, the location are also random. Power-up items I try to avoid, so that's another random element. Stage 4. Now we're in outer space, looking for some alien spacecraft. This is the honest dodging stage, no route required, because all these rocks you see scattered all over the stage, I think they are random or semi-random or so. And you see you lock on to them, so they affect the gameplay, both by increasing the multiplier, but also occupying the lock-on slots. And this ship can only lock on to 6, so very often they interfere. You want to lock on to the enemy, but instead you lock on to all those rocks. Those aliens that are circling around you, they're really cool, and they circle like twice around you, and then they shoot 1 bullet, and very often that can be quite a difficult bullet to dodge. These tanks are a little bit more fixated though, but still you have the rocks, so you don't really need much of a route for this stage, I think. Soon we will have a bomb item that was quite difficult to grab, and this is a good example of why I like randomness, because even if you have a route, you need to make a decision. Shall I abandon it? Shall I keep going at it? Should I bomb here? I did a risky move to try to take it, and this time it worked, so many of the times it doesn't. So that's one thing I like with the randomness and the complexity of a lot of Rising games. They force you to make a lot of decisions all the time, and they are not always trivial. So it's not just muscle memory, it's a lot of decision making as well. And the more experience you have, the better decision making you get, of course, because you have made a lot of those mistakes and learn from them, hopefully. This is Victimizer. He hides behind the asteroid belt. There you see. Peekaboo. Love that entrance. It must be every astronaut's big dream to when you get behind the moon or something, that you see this big alien spacecraft with laser beams coming from his arms. This boss is really fun to play. It's quite intense. Very difficult to drag out this battle. A lot of people just try to speed kill him because he gets insane by the end. Very aggressive. Select like more than 2 attacks at once. I had very low rank here because I died twice. Never powered up. Here I'm waiting for a power up carrier to get that 4 multiplier. So that's 1.2 mil. Akitaka, I think his Japanese name is. Alright, stage 5. And this is the memo stage. Because there's a lot of enemies here that are off screen, but still you can lock on to them. So you can sort of damage them a while before they even are a threat. Great soundtrack. This stage I took a lot of routes from KTL-NAL, I have to admit. He has the world record with this ship as far as I'm aware. And those missile turrets or whatever, not missiles but yeah, regular turrets, they have 2 phases. The first one is only worth 2k, the second one 20k. Here I accidentally destroyed the first phase, so I messed up the multiplier here quite a lot. Here I swap lock-on, so I first used wide ADO and then I switched to pinpoint for the kill. Not the best timing this time though. That's a cool technique you can do in this game. You can use the aim with one lock-on weapon, like ADO, which is very wide. And then before you release the shot, you switch or swap to the other weapon and you use the strength of that one. Requires some timing though, but it's really nice feature. Take out green helicopters as fast as you can before the submarines, because the green helicopters shoot some nasty homing missiles. Alright, stage 5 boss, Omen. This is the second phase. I tried to stay in this phase by keeping at least one of those antennas alive. So you can stay here forever, or until the timer goes out, because this is such an easy attack. So you can drag out this battle and get some bombs, if you're lucky. If you go to the next phase, the final phase of this boss, you can only get, I think, half multiplier with the lock-on, so it's not really worth it. Right, 20 million is not a very good score at this point for me. I have 10 bomb bonuses here, and that's because of the stage 3 death. I basically lost almost 3 mil there. I still love the soundtrack of this stage as well. Here I do a swap lock to aim those planes, swap to the pinpoint to shoot them. The pinpoint is a really strong weapon. It's, I think, the strongest weapon in the game. And it sucks when you see a long play video and they never toggle from ADO to pinpoint. They just keep using ADO even though it's super weak. This upcoming segment is maybe one of the few where I think I have a better route than what KTL-NAL showed in his replay, and maybe just deviated that one run. But I get 4 multipliers on most of the planes and some of the vehicles that are very valuable. The ones here on the right side. And here I try to take the turret on the right side quickly. It's very dirty. And then I sweep to the left side to get those 2 turrets and a 3 or a 4 multiplier. But here I stolen this route completely from KTL-NAL. I had a quite similar route before, but my consistency survival rate was maybe 50%, if even that. And then I studied his replay, changed just a few things. The order of attacking some of these planes, and my consistency immediately went up to like 95% or something like that. Here I got trapped, so I panic bomb. I lost 650k there. This mid boss I have a much better strategy now than my previous video 4 years ago. Taking out those 2 turrets on top is absolute priority in the beginning. So this is his laser attack, but when he do, so it's random selection, so he will soon switch to this attack where he shoots these bullets. And then I stay here on the right side using the aim of ADO, and then I sometimes swap to pinpoint for a stronger shot. Alright, we're halfway through the final stage. So what you see below is the green ship, Zodian. So this is the big penultimate boss of this game. He has like 3 forms or something. The first is this big turret form. The 2 turrets or cannons or whatever. 3 on each side, so 6 of them. And they are very valuable, I think 50k each. The center is not worth much at all. And those 2 turrets that are activated here, I try to take them out quickly as possible, because they're very dirty. When those cannons or whatever shoot these laser beams that you will see very soon, these ones, the center core typically shoots a lot of small bullets at the same time. But it didn't during this run, I think because rank was quite low again. So this part of the boss was easier than it usually is. Now the screen scrolls, and that makes it much less predictable, and you can't easily reach all of them. And the timing of those laser beams sometimes get me, because it's a little bit different. Again, a little bit of randomness that I love so much. The randomness is really the strength of this game, because each run you feel it's a unique run. The conditions are a little bit different each time. And there are so many random encounters and occasions that in the end things tend to even out. You know, if you just have one big randomizer, one big random event, then, you know, you can be fucked sometimes because you got the difficult one. But when you have thousands of random events, you know, the good and the bad ones will even out, but more likely. The law of large numbers, I guess. I love this part with the crimson sky in the background, looks beautiful to me. These Saco enemies can be really aggressive, but during this run they were quite mild. And the music is just very slow build up before the crazy ending. At this time I have 16 bomb bonuses. That was my PB before this. So I just wanted one more to increase from my PB. It's when you destroy those 3 things at the bottom and they're connected, so they have the same HP, I think, or shared HP. So I tried to take out a couple of those on the top to increase the score. And now I ascend. I love this part. Saco enemies come and you have this diagonal rhythm moving from one side to the other, a little bit up. I tend to move. If one slip through by the sides, they can be very, very nasty. And if you get too far pushed back, it's also extremely difficult. You need to be a little bit aggressive there. So now another form of the Zodian ship. And now I gave up on the bomb bonuses. I already beat my PB, so I just bomb on the outside, so I can still get maximum multiplier. If you bomb, you only get a quarter multiplier, or 1/4 instead of a 4 multiplier. So I tried to bomb the outside. So now I'm actually nervous. So during this run, because I made those early mistakes, I was never really that nervous. But now I did recognize that I was on a PB pace. And there I got the four multipliers, then basically I wanted to die. So I got some bombs, so I could bomb this second phase because it's worth nothing. So it's more important to get to the third phase because that has a timer. It times out pretty quickly. And it's extremely valuable. You can get 2.4 million if you get a free multiplier on this one, which I rarely do. Now I'm on my last life. But here I got a free multiplier, so I was extremely surprised and happy about that. Final boss. And here I just played safe and bombed it because I had so many 2CCs in the last few weeks and I felt, fuck it, I deserve one credit clear. I take my PB improvements 1 million each time. I'm not in a hurry. Anyway, this was fun. See you in 5 years or so. Gonna go through the credits and I wanna enter my initials and then we're done. Chances are, if you're seeing this, that this game got picked up for some event, Kallis Cup maybe, Shmup of the Month or something. So then I wish you good luck on whatever competition you're part of. But I really like the balance of the two scoring systems. So you have one which is high frequency reward but low amplitude, and that's the multiplier system. But you have also this bomb bonus, which is low frequency but high amplitude. You get a lot when you get it. So it really raises the stakes, makes you nervous around stage 2 or 3 even, you know, when you start getting these bomb bonuses. And a mistake is costly, but, you know, it means that it means something, you know. You need to be on your toes, you need to be sharp. So I'm one of those that actually like the bomb bonus. And if this game got picked up for some re-release, I would like to preserve it. Maybe have an alternate arrange mode where it's a little less janky maybe. But you get about 200 power-up carriers and, you know, 200 random events tend to even out. So it's not that unfair. Alright. The important ritual. Hope you enjoyed the commentary. Hope you enjoyed Soukyugurentai. It deserves much more attention than it gets from the shmup community. Bye bye.
All right, well, that's all I got for you guys. Love you all. Just want to say before I go play Mars Matrix.
Oh yeah, in Mars Matrix. And remember one thing.